mitzvah, mitzvah through ASMR. Okay, so the big day is here, your graduation from Yeshiva. And so remind me, walk me through the day. Today you're going to have your graduation ceremony, and then you're going to have a celebration with family and friends. That's so nice. I can see why you want to have a makeup look for today. It's not every day you graduate from yeshiva. Now, I know we talked about this in the intake form that you submitted online, but I just want to have a conversation with you about the look as well. Some people like to do a very natural look, and some people want to do something more dramatic to make a statement. And it sounds like you want to do something a little more dramatic, is that right? Okay. So, it sounds like you want to do a big eyeshadow statement, kind of like what I have. I kind of went with like peacock colors. So we've got a little blue and green. I guess I didn't do purple, that would make it a true peacock, but you want to do something like this, but maybe different colors. Okay, and we'll do, I have like eyeliner that you almost don't notice because of the eyeshadow, but it does bring the look together, so I'll do that too with some mascara. I see your hair's already done, that's perfect. We will just push it out of the way slightly, but we won't mess it up. I'm going to do a regular foundation, a small amount of contouring, and a small amount of blush. We really want the eyes to pop, but we don't want to neglect the other places, especially since you want a nice big look. And then we'll do a lipstick as well. Does that sound okay? Okay, so I'm just going to ask you to put your hair back. Yeah, that's great. Just a gentle ponytail. Okay, and you're not wearing any makeup, right? And you just washed your face. Okay, great. So, do you mind if I just touch your skin and get a closer look at your face? Okay. Wow, you have really nice skin. That's very nice. Okay, before we begin, I've got this serum I would like to put on your skin. Your skin is wonderful, so I'm not saying that you need something. I just think this will help treat your skin. Instead of doing like a, what do you call it, a primer, I'm going to do this and kind of treat it like a primer. And yes, it is Estee Lauder, which I think is quite expensive, but I actually got this at like a makeup expo, so lucky me. Okay, so let me put some on. I'm gonna rub it into my fingers a little bit, and then I'm just gonna dab it on. Let me just get a little bit more. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna put a couple dabs on. Just, you know, it really blends into the skin, so we're not using too much. Okay, while that dries, which will be pretty quick, tell me about your school. Are there any, like, school colors or anything? Oh, okay. Sure, we can definitely do purple. I think that actually will look really nice on you, so yeah, I think that will go really nice. So we'll do purple for the eyeshadow. I mean, you can always change your mind, but I'll show you my eyeshadows when we get to that part. which we'll probably get to soon. Yeah, let me just see. You know, often when I'm in a hurry and I'm doing makeup on myself, I'll do foundation first, and then do the eyes kind of later on. But actually, since we're doing a colorful eyeshadow, we should do that first because naturally just some of the eyeshadow dusts off and gets like around here, and then you're gonna have little purple patches here, and we can wipe it off and then do your foundation. Okay, so I'll put the bag away. Let's start with the eyeshadow. Now, I really like this palette. It's the Fruit Punch palette. I like to call it Tutti Frutti. And so let me show you. We've got these like reds and pinks over here. We've got a really dark purple and a more lavender purple, blues, greens, yellows, and orange. Yeah, the purple is quite dark, so you can think about it. We can also do other colors if you want to do blue. Oh yeah, we can do something similar to mine where we'll start with light blue and then we'll go into the light purple and then we'll go into the dark purple. Actually, I think a gradient, that would look nice. Sure, we can do that. Okay, so before we do this, let's get some primer on. I don't always use primer, especially when I'm doing like a more natural, more I guess like neutral color eyeshadow, but since we're going all out, let's do some primer to make sure the color really sticks and stays. Okay, just gently close your eyes, don't do them tight, just like this, okay? And we don't need much, honestly, and just keep your eyes closed because I'm going to rub them in. And don't worry, I washed my hands, of course, before this. I always do. I just find sometimes your fingers work better than tools for certain things, and when it comes to the eye primer, when I use like a brush or a sponge, it doesn't rub in as well. Okay, you can open your eyes. Okay, so now we're gonna do the eyeshadow first, and then we'll do the eyeliner. That way we're not getting color on top of the eyeliner. Okay, so we're gonna start with the darker blue because I think if we start with the light blue, it just won't blend in with the purple as well. So, just, yeah, again, close your eyes gently and getting in the corners of both eyes. And we're gonna brush it out. And it's all gonna blend. I'm gonna get underneath too, like I did with mine. Yeah, you seem to like the style I did for mine, so we're kind of copying that, but with different colors. Alright, next we're gonna go to the purple. We're just gonna get the middle. It'll overlap with the blue, but we're just gonna start at the middle and bring it out. And don't worry, on the out we will go with the darker that will go on top. Start at the middle, bring it out, underneath. Okay, so now let me blend the blue and purple together. Okay, didn't take much. And now we'll go with that nice dark purple. Don't need much, it's very pigmented. We'll just start at the outside and start at the outside. And now let me blend it in. Okay, take a look at me. Okay, that looks really good. There's one other thing I want to do. bad. What I did with my look was after I did the colors, I went into the corners with this silvery shimmer. It looks white, but it's kind of like a silver white when you put it on. And I think that will go nicely. I think we want to stick with a cool color because the colors we use seem more cool toned. I also have like a champagne gold one, but I think this will look better, and it's what I'm wearing as well, if you see. Yeah, okay. So let me just... I think this one, again, the brush for some reason doesn't pick it up as much as the finger does. You can see how pigmented the finger is. Okay, close your eye. And right now I'm just dabbing it in the corners, and then we're gonna blend it. I'm just making sure we have enough. A lot of it sticks to my finger, so that's why I'm dipping more than once. But trust me, if we use the brush, it would barely even translate to you. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend it. Okay. Okay, go ahead and blink, look at me. Okay, yeah, that looks really good. It looks a little off right now because we still have to do the eyeliner, which will really bring it together. And then some of the pigment has gotten on your eyelashes, but once we do the mascara, then it's gonna all come together. I can already tell it looks beautiful, but we just need those final steps. Okay, now, let me go back in my bag. Where is it? That is the lip liner. We don't need lip liner. Here we go. I'm gonna go with a black eyeliner. This is a liquid liner. I just find that it stays better. It works for all eye types. If you have hooded eyes, it won't smudge the way like a regular eyeliner will. Okay, so just, this is hard because like you don't want to close your eyes too much. We do want to like follow the natural shape of your eye. What I would say is just kind of tilt your head up because of how I'm gonna kind of like go from the bottom up, okay? So we're gonna draw a wing, just the bottom of the wing, and then we're gonna draw the bottom of the wing this way. And now we're gonna connect the wing to the corner of the eyelid. Same over here. Now we're gonna fill in that little corner we just made. We made a little triangle and we're filling it in. I just like to explain how I do these things. And now I'm bringing the eyeliner over the eyelash about to the apex. I don't think we need to go all the way in. Sometimes it looks like too much and we already have all this beautiful colored eyeliner that is, you know, we don't want to overshadow that. We want the colors to pop. Okay. Okay. And now finally, we've got this mascara. I really like this blue part here. Feels like rubbery if you want to touch it. Yeah. Okay, and just again, just look up. No need to blink, although if you blink by accident, that's okay. I'll give you a second to blink and then I'm going to do the bottom lashes. Okay. Let me go back in with the top one more layer. Okay, let's see. That looks really good. Wow. I think you're going to love it. But now let me just wipe off the excess. Hold on. Okay, so we're just wiping off some of the excess that fell down here. There's just a little bit. Okay. Now we can go ahead and do a foundation. I'm going to do a regular foundation. Sometimes I do a CC cream or like a tinted moisturizer. In this case, we're gonna do just a standard foundation because we're doing a full look here. Okay, let me close this. And now I'm just putting dots on all the places, and then we're gonna blend it all in. Okay. And so tell me, what are you gonna do after Yeshiva? Oh, I'm sorry, I know graduates always hate that question, but I guess the reason I ask is I didn't grow up somewhere where a lot of people went to Yeshiva, so I'm not that familiar with it. It's only later in life where I, have become friends with people that are part of those communities that tend to go. Oh, that's lovely. You're gonna travel and then try to do some community building. That's really important. Okay, now on to my favorite little tool here, the contour stick. We are going to draw a line this way and a line this way, and then we're gonna get under here to create a shadow. Okay, so let's do underneath first. I'm just drawing a line. Don't worry, it's gonna look ridiculous right now because we have to blend it all. Okay. Now I've got my little spongy sponge, and we're just gonna, I find the sponge helps blend this in well. And then we're gonna do the cheek. Okay. Now let's do, we've got this like highlighter stick. We're gonna do a highlight here and here. And then we'll see, I might do one other spot. And we can use a lot of this because it's really gonna blend in. Go back to my brush, or my sponge, and we're just blending it in. Okay, perfect. Oh, and I did want to do the Cupid's bow, which is like right above your lip. Just add a little highlight there. And I'm just gonna get that with my finger because it's such a small area. Okay. Okay, the look will come together more when we do blush. And I'm gonna do the blush kind of like this way. It's gonna start around here and then move up. Okay, so let me do that first. I like to tap it, swirl it, tap. Okay. It might seem like a lot, but it not as much as getting on you as you might think. Okay, and now that I've dabbed it on, I'm just gonna kind of rub it. And I know that feels very nice. It's soothing. I always like this part. And then just, I'm not gonna dip it back in, but with what's left over of the pigment, I'm just gonna gently touch your chin, your nose, and your forehead. Just the slightest bit. It helps give like a sun-kissed look and doesn't make your cheeks look too red compared to the rest of your face. Or not red, but you know what I mean, not too pigmented compared to everything else. We don't want you to look like a clown. Although I'm not saying if you don't do this you'll look like a clown. I'm just saying this can help with not making it look too much in one place. Okay. And then I'm just gonna brush. And trust me, it doesn't even look like you have blush in those places. It just kind of brought a more natural I guess like color pattern, like if the sun's hitting your face, where would it hit most? Yeah. Wow, we haven't done the lips yet, and I have to say you already look fantastic. This is just such a standout look, especially the eyes. It's gonna catch people's attention, but absolutely in a good way, of course. We don't go over the top. We just go for bold, bold, pretty looks. Okay, so let's talk about lips now because I've got 3 options with me that we can look at. I could always do a nude, but I feel like, I'm wearing color and I don't think it looks like too much, so I think color would be good. Let me show you. Okay, so the first color, I'll show you what I'm wearing. So what I'm wearing right now is this color here. It's called Peak Show, which tells you nothing about the color, of course. Why would the name of the color tell you anything? And so this is kind of like a pinky mauve color. It's not as dark as a traditional mauve, but it's not like that bright pink, and it's certainly not red. I think this really went well with the dress that I'm wearing. I think brighter colors would have been fine, but I think for what I'm wearing, this is like a slightly darker, more muted color, and so I thought that was appropriate for me. This could go well because of the purple that you're wearing. That's why I'm thinking not so much your outfit, but the purple. Even though this isn't purple, and we don't want to do a purple lipstick, but this just might complement the eye look you have a bit more. But let me show you the other 2. From the same brand, we've got this one it's called Staying Juicy. I don't know where they come up with these names. And I always call this raspberry because it's not quite pink. It's not red. It's kind of like if you took pink and added a little bit of a darkerness to it, maybe like almost magenta, but not quite. So I call it like raspberry or raspberry magenta. I do find this kind of goes with everything. It's a way of like having a little more bright pop of color without doing a traditional red. And this could look okay too, but I think with the eyeshadow you have, maybe we want to go with one of the darker tones. So the other one I have too, this one's called Spicy Sienna. This one is the closest to red compared to the others. I don't know if you can see the little box here. But yeah, this is like if you took a dark reddish color, but I don't know, I guess add in like a sienna, a burnt sienna kind of color to it. So it's not like a bright red, but it's definitely closer to red than the others. I'm gonna leave it up to you, of course. Choose whatever you like, but I really do think this one, the Peak Show, the one that I'm wearing, is gonna go best with the eyeshadow that you have and really bring the look together. Oh, and don't worry, this one is yours. It's not, I didn't use this one, I just have the same color. Yeah, you want to go with this? Okay. So, before we do this, let me just get the lip liner if I can find it. Here we go. I don't know, I just always use a lip liner. Okay, so, in this color I have, the lipstick is going to go over it. But it is like kind of a dark purpley brown. I think it actually goes with almost any color that I use because it's just a base for the lines of your lips. So just put your mouth in kind of a neutral, just like that. Don't smile, just do what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw a little line around the perimeter. When we get to the Cupid's bow, we make a little line going down. Same here, almost like a crisscross. Okay, not much, just helps with a guide and so that it blends well. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with Peak Show. Yep, just keep your lips the way they were. Perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more. I don't want to layer this too much, but usually I find doing 2 passes is good. Okay, just sit for a moment. And now if you just want to... Okay, I think we're pretty much done. I do have one other thing I want to do. I've got this little body and hairspray if you want to take your hair down. This is called Montana Sky, and it's elderflower, cedarwood, and sage, so it's an earthy, flowery, sweet kind of scent, and it's not too strong. Oh yeah, here, I'll let you smell a little. I'll just spray it in like this direction. Oops, let me open it. Yeah, it's not as sweet as you would expect. Sometimes body mists and perfumes are very sweet. This is just something that it has a little bit of sweetness from that elderflower, but it's really kind of just a refreshing smell. You're okay with me spraying it on you? Okay, I'm gonna spray it on you and on your hair. And it's not, as you can see, it's not very strong, so it might seem like I'm spraying it a lot, but it won't be too much, okay? And now your hair. And now just the room around us, okay? Okay, let's just breathe that in. Let's just take a moment for you. Let's think about all that you've accomplished. You're graduating. You're going to have a really beautiful graduation ceremony and then a nice celebration with family and friends. Really think about everything that you've done this year and what you've really worked up to. Yeah, I think you really should be proud of yourself. And don't worry too much about what the next steps are. Just really think about this accomplishment. You're gonna find the next chapter as you go, but right now in the present, you've accomplished something really, really great. Okay, so you can go ahead and go up to the mirror, take a look at the look I've created for you. I think you look really wonderful, but if you have any questions or concerns, I can help you with that. But yeah, thank you for coming in, and I really hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to really help it grow. As always, Toda Rabah, Laila Tov. Thank you very much, and good night.